The story begins with a scientist named Will, who is desperately searching for a cure for Alzheimer's disease because his own father is suffering from it. In this world, Will has no one else except his father. That is why he wants, at any cost, to create a medicine for Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is a disease in which the patient's memory gradually weakens, and in the end, the person even forgets his own name. Will cannot bear to watch his father slipping away from him like this. Working day and night, Will finally succeeds in creating a drug, but testing this drug on a human for the first time is extremely risky. So the drug is first tested on a female chimpanzee, and the result that comes out shocks everyone. Because of this drug, that female chimpanzee becomes extraordinarily intelligent. When Will sees her intelligence, he becomes very happy, and now he wants to use this drug on humans. Will first tells this to his senior, and after that, a meeting of the board of members is called where he is giving his presentation. Everyone is extremely happy with Will's new drug because the results are highly positive. During Will's presentation, on the other side, we are shown the female chimpanzee on whom Will's drug was used. A worker comes who wants to shift her from there to another place. But today, the chimpanzee's nature is a little different. She does not want to be shifted from that place. When the worker forces her, the chimpanzee becomes very angry. She grabs the worker's hand, then gets out of there and starts breaking everything around her. She goes completely out of control and reaches the place where the board of members meeting is going on. Here, even Will cannot control her because the chimpanzee is in extreme rage. So this chimpanzee has to be shot, due to which that chimpanzee dies on the spot. After this accident, the board members accept that because of Will's drug, the chimpanzee had become aggressive, and now, along with the chimpanzee's death, Will's entire experiment is completely finished. The board members order all the chimpanzees kept in the lab to be killed because Will's drug had also been used on them. Although Will tries to convince his boss that there is no problem with my drug, but his boss flatly refuses. He says that if there was no problem with your drug, that chimpanzee would not have become so aggressive. Will's 5 years of experiments have now gone to waste. He walks toward the inner lab. Then the lab caretaker comes to him and tells him that there is no problem with your drug. Actually, the chimpanzee did not become aggressive because of your drug. Rather, she had just given birth to a baby at that very moment. That is why she became angry, because she was being shifted from there, and now Will understands the whole thing. The worker tells him that on the boss's orders, I killed all those chimpanzees and could not kill the baby that had just been born. After that, without telling anyone, Will quietly brings that baby home where Will's father also lives. And here we are, shown that this chimpanzee baby is small, but his brain works as fast as a human's. Very soon, he bonds with Will's father, and Will's father names him Caesar. Slowly, 3 years pass, and now that chimpanzee baby whose name is Caesar has become extremely smart. He can read, plays games, and does every single thing exactly like humans. The only thing he cannot do is speak like humans, but he can understand human conversation very well. Meanwhile, Will's father is shown whose mental condition has become much worse because of Alzheimer's disease, to the extent that even his nurse refuses to take care of him. She tells Will that your father now needs a hospital. He cannot be taken care of at home. Will feels very sad seeing his father's condition, and the next day when he goes to the lab, he secretly brings the drug that he had given to Caesar's mom and the other chimpanzees. And this time, he had specially made it for his father's Alzheimer's disease. He knows that saving his father is now impossible, so he takes this risk and injects that Alzheimer's drug into his father. Will's father becomes the first human on whom this Alzheimer's drug is used. Will cannot sleep the whole night because he is afraid that something might happen to his father, and the next morning, Will sees that his father is playing the piano. He has become completely fine. Will becomes very happy seeing this. That means his drug has completely cured his father. Meanwhile, we are shown Caesar, who is watching some children riding bicycles from the window. Caesar also feels like riding a bicycle like those children. So he goes to the neighbor's house. But the owner of this house was a very rude man. He sees Caesar. Now he picks up a baseball bat to kill Caesar and attacks him. But before he can hurt him badly, Will and his father arrive and save Caesar. Will tries to explain to the neighbor that he was just trying to play. He is no danger to you. The neighbor says that this can harm my children, and if this monkey baby comes here again, I will kill it. Here, Caesar has got hurt on his leg, so Will takes him to Dr. Caroline, and when Caroline treats him, she realizes that he is extremely intelligent because Caesar is talking to Will through gestures. Very soon, Will and Dr. Caroline become friends. Caroline likes Caesar a lot. That is why she starts coming to Will's house. There, she realizes that Caesar always stays at home. He is never taken outside. That is why Caesar always keeps looking outside from the window. Caroline tells Will that we should take him outside. Will likes this idea, and the next day Will and Caroline take Caesar to a nearby forest called Redwood. That beautiful forest was nothing less than paradise for Caesar. Caesar loves this place, and in this way, 2 more years pass. Now Will and Caroline have come into a relationship with each other. Caesar has also grown up, and these people always come to that forest. One day, when these people are in Redwood Forest, a family comes there who have a dog with a leash around its neck. That dog starts barking at Caesar, seeing which Caesar becomes very sad. Caesar is not sad because the dog barked at him, but because he sees the leash around the dog's neck, and Will had also put a leash around his neck. He asks Will through gestures, "Am I your pet?" To which Will replies, "No, you are not a pet. You are my son." But Caesar has now become wise. He wants to know about himself, who he is, and where he came from. That is why Will takes Caesar outside his lab and tells him that your mom was here. We used a drug on her, and because of that same drug, you are so intelligent today. Now Caesar knows everything about himself. After this, these people come home, where Will's father is shown, whose Alzheimer's disease has now returned to how it was before. He has started eating food from the wrong side of the spoon. Will understands that this drug has now stopped working on his father's brain. Will becomes very upset about this, and when Will has gone to work, Will's father feels like driving the car, but because of Alzheimer's disease, he has forgotten how to drive a car. When he starts the car, he cannot control it, so he directly crashes into his neighbor's car. When the neighbor sees all this, he quickly comes out. This is the same neighbor who had attacked Caesar a few years ago, and now he grabs Will's father by the collar, pulls him out of the car, and starts beating him. Then suddenly, Caesar's eyes fall on them from the window, and when he sees that their neighbor is beating Will's father, he cannot control himself. He comes out and attacks him. Caesar becomes so angry that he bites off the neighbor's finger, after which their neighbor files a court case against Will's chimpanzee Caesar. That is why the court decides that Caesar can no longer be kept at home. Then the animal control team comes and takes Caesar to the place where other chimpanzees live. Caesar thought he had come here to roam. That is why he was happy seeing the activity hall, but he did not know that now he was going to be imprisoned here forever. When Caesar sees Will leaving from here, he runs to him, but now Caesar has been imprisoned in that place. Caesar comes to Will and starts gesturing from the other side of the glass. "Take me with you too." But Will is helpless, and he says that you have to stay here now. Caesar feels very sad about this, and Will leaves him there and goes away. On the other hand, Will's father is shown, who has once again become a complete victim of Alzheimer's, and Will now make an even stronger drug so that he can cure his father's disease forever. Will tells this to his boss, that the drug I made earlier, I used on my father. He became completely fine, but not for long. Now he is becoming weak again. That is why I want to make an even stronger drug than before. So his boss gives him permission. On the other hand, Caesar is shown, who is very sad. He hoped that Will would soon come and take him home. He draws a picture with chalk on the front wall, which was a map of the window from which he used to look outside from his home. He was missing his home a lot. Meanwhile, after working hard day and night, Will makes that drug. Now preparations are made to use this drug on a chimpanzee, and when the drug is being injected into his body, due to pressure, a pipe comes out. There is a worker there whose name is Franklin. Some of the drug's gas goes into his nose because he was not wearing a mask, although at that moment the gas has no effect on him, and these people inject the drug into that chimpanzee's body, after which that chimpanzee becomes extremely intelligent. That means their drug has also succeeded. After this, Will and Caroline go to meet Caesar, who has been imprisoned in a very small cage. Here, Caesar also has an injury on his hand, because of which Will becomes very angry and threatens the guards there that if you mistreat him, I will get this place shut down. Caesar was very happy with Will's arrival because he thought that Will would take him home today. But Will tells him that until the court gives me permission, I cannot take you back home. After which, Will leaves from here and Caesar becomes very sad. He misses home a lot. Here he is given dirty food and the jail staff treat him very badly. When Will goes home, he sees that his father's condition is very bad. He wants to give him the medicine, but Will's father refuses. He says that now my time has come, and after that, Will's father dies. Will is completely broken by his father's death, and now he has no one except Caesar. He considers him his son. That is why he takes a lot of money and goes to the place where Caesar has been imprisoned. The head of that place, seeing so much money, agrees to Will's request. Will comes to Caesar and asks him to come with him, but Caesar closes the door because now he does not want to go with Will. Although Caesar was sad about being separated from Will, but now he did not want to live as anyone's pet. He wanted to see the other chimpanzees imprisoned in that place also free, after which Will has to return. At night, some friends of a boy who works at that place come to see the chimpanzees, and when one of the boys comes near Caesar, Caesar grabs him, pulls him toward himself, and takes the knife from his pocket. With that knife, Caesar opens the gate of his cell at night. After that, he comes out of the cell and quietly going through the roof route reaches straight to Will's house, where he finds the new drug that Will had made for new Alzheimer's patients, and now taking this drug back, he comes to the same place where the rest of the chimpanzees are imprisoned, and he opens that drug there, due to which all the gas is inhaled by the chimpanzees, after which all the chimpanzees become intelligent like Caesar. They gain the power to think and understand, and Caesar's first mission was also that all chimpanzees become intelligent like me. Only then we will all be able to escape from this place, and he succeeds in doing so. But on the other hand, Franklin, in whom that gas had accidentally entered through the nose, dies. This means that this drug only works on chimpanzees and kills humans. Meanwhile, Caesar is shown who now wants to escape from that place with the rest of the chimpanzees. But then, a worker who used to torture all the chimpanzees comes, and when he tries to give them electric shock with his current stick, Caesar grabs his hand. He says, "Keep your filthy hands away from me." And here for the first time Caesar speaks, "No." After this, Caesar punches him and knocks him down there and frees all the other chimpanzees. That worker gets up and once again takes his electric stick and moves toward them. But Caesar opens pressure water on him, due to which he gets shocked and dies. After this, Caesar takes all the chimpanzees and reaches a nearby zoo. He frees all the chimpanzees there and includes them in his team. And now, all of them reach Will's lab. There are also many chimpanzees there. They free them too. And now, a team of all of them has been formed. Meanwhile, Will, who misses Caesar a lot, calls the place where Caesar was imprisoned. But no one receives his call. That is why he quickly reaches there with Caroline. They see that not a single chimpanzee is present here. Then, they see an injured worker. Will asks him what happened here. He says your Caesar took everyone with him, and he even spoke for the first time. Hearing this, Will becomes very worried, and now he understands that Caesar is going to Redwood with all his companions, where he used to take him in childhood. Caesar is moving forward with his companions through the city route. A bridge comes on the way, where the police stop their way, and after this, there is a very big fight between the chimpanzees and the police. Although Caesar's aim was not to hurt humans, but to free his chimpanzee brothers and take them to Redwood Forest. They are attacked from a helicopter, and when Caesar is about to be harmed, a gorilla jumps on the helicopter and crashes it, due to which he loses his life. And then a chimpanzee named Koba comes there. Koba is the same chimpanzee on whose body experiments were done in the lab, who kills the man who was shooting at them from the helicopter. Here, when a gorilla was about to tear a policeman, Caesar stops him, because Caesar wanted to stop the policeman. not kill them. Now all of them cross the bridge and reach Redwood Park, where Will also reaches after some time. He starts calling Caesar. Meanwhile, another chimpanzee is about to attack Will when Caesar stops him. Will tells Caesar, "Come home with me. Let go of the anger. Otherwise, the police will kill all of you." Caesar hugs Will and whispers in his ear that this is now my home, and Will understands that Caesar has found his world. He will not return with him. Will tells Caesar, "Okay, this is your life. Live it." After which, Will leaves Caesar there and goes away. Now this is a new world for Caesar and his companions, and Caesar is the leader of all of them. Meanwhile, we are shown Will's neighbor, whose finger Caesar had bitten, and suddenly blood starts coming out of his nose. Actually, Franklin, who was Will's colleague and had inhaled the gas during the experiment, had come to Will's house to tell everything. But since Will was not at home, Franklin went to his neighbor. Suddenly, he coughed, due to which blood splattered on him, and now he too is infected with this virus. Actually, he is a pilot who flies international flights. This means this virus will spread the virus all over the world, due to which the whole world will change, and that is exactly what happens. The second part of this movie came in 2014, in which it is shown that 10 years have passed since the virus spread, and a very large population of humans has been wiped out from the world, where on one side the human population was decreasing, on the other side, the generation of chimpanzees was increasing. All of them had completely spread in that forest, and all of them had now become even stronger than before. Here we are, shown Caesar. He is still the leader of all the chimpanzees, and in this forest, only Caesar rules. Humans are now forbidden to come into this forest. Caesar now has a son whose name is Blue Eyes. One day when Caesar's son is roaming in the forest with his friend, a human suddenly appears in front of them, who is looking at a hydroelectric dam in the forest with his team, so that electricity can be restored to the whole city, and this dam is in the chimpanzees' territory. When that man sees Caesar's son Blue Eyes and his friend, he gets very scared and takes out his gun. Caesar's son also starts growling. The man fires in fear, due to which Caesar's son's friend gets injured. Hearing the gunshot, all the chimpanzees reach there. Along with the man who fired the shot, his companions who were looking for the dam also arrive. The chimpanzees want to kill them. They all become very angry with those people. Then, the leader of the human group comes forward, whose name is Malcolm. He talks to Caesar. He tells him that we have not come here to harm anyone. We are just looking for the dam to fix the city's electricity. Caesar tells him, "Okay, this time you came, but do not come here again. All of you leave from here." Now, all of them leave from here. And among these chimpanzees is Koba, who had experiments done on him by humans, who hates humans a lot, tells all the chimpanzees that humans have, again, come into our territory. They will harm us again. That is why we have to show our strength to humans. And Caesar also now agrees with him, and they all decide that they will go to the human settlement. And now Caesar is sitting on his horse in front. With him, all the chimpanzees go to the human territory. Here it is shown that the city, which used to shine with lights and was once beautiful, has now become completely deserted. Technology and many things have now completely ended here. Caesar reaches the human territory with his entire army, where Malcolm once again comes in front of Caesar, and he tells Caesar that we have already apologized to you. Caesar says that from today, if anyone comes into our territory, we will kill him. We do not want war, but if humans try to come into our territory again, we will not spare anyone. Here Koba is also there. Koba wants to fight a war with humans, but Caesar gives a warning to humans and leaves from here with the entire army. Meanwhile, Malcolm is shown, who is very worried because there is no electricity in the place where these people live, and their power plant is in the very place where the chimpanzees' territory is. Going there means inviting death, but they cannot live their whole life without electricity. That is why they have to go there at any cost and fix the electricity. Malcolm tells his senior that we should talk to Caesar once. Who knows, he might understand our problem. After which, Malcolm reaches outside the forest with his family and a group. When Malcolm tells Caesar his whole situation, Caesar understands because he has lived with humans. He knows what electricity means, and how important it is for humans. Caesar says, "Okay, you people can come inside, but on one condition. You will have to hand over all your weapons to us." Malcolm agrees, and now with his team, he reaches the place where the power plant is, and after this, these people start working there. Malcolm's wife and his son very quickly bond with the chimpanzee's children, and when these people are working on the power plant, a chimpanzee finds a hidden gun there, and that gun he takes straight to Caesar. And when Caesar finds out that the humans have secretly brought guns here, his anger flares up once again, and he tells Malcolm and his companions to leave the forest. But then Caesar finds out that his wife, who had been ill for a very long time, was given medicine by Malcolm's wife, due to which she has become completely fine. Seeing this, Caesar gives humans one more chance. He says, "You have one more day. You can fix this entire power plant and then leave from here." Actually, one of Malcolm's companions, who used to be a police officer, does not trust chimpanzees at all. He hates them, and he has brought guns here. They have more guns too, and when these people are passing guns to each other, Koba sees from above. Koba becomes red with anger that humans are not trustworthy at all, and Koba hates humans a lot, and he quickly goes to Caesar. He tells him that humans have more weapons. Humans are not trustworthy. You have to get them out of our territory, on which Caesar tells him to be patient. Koba gets angry at this. He says you do not care about your companions at all. You love humans because you are one of them. And now Caesar gets angry at this, and he attacks Koba. Caesar injures him very badly. Koba now starts burning in the fire of revenge. He goes straight from here to the place where the humans and their weapons are. He takes the humans' weapons from there and kills many humans, and after killing them, he comes back to his territory, where he sets fire to many homes of his own chimpanzees, and when he sees the opportunity that Caesar is completely alone, no one is with him, he quietly shoots Caesar too. Caesar falls there in the bushes. After this, Koba now goes to all the chimpanzees and says humans have burned our homes and also killed our leader Caesar. They are attacking us. We have to teach them a lesson. Koba declares war against humans. Along with this, he also declares that now, I am your leader. Everyone accepts him as leader and gets ready to fight the war with humans. On the other hand, humans are shown where light has now come into their homes because the power plant has been fixed. They are all enjoying together. Meanwhile, Koba reaches the place where the humans' weapons are with his entire army. First, these chimpanzees loot the humans' weapons and then attack the humans with those same weapons. Many humans are killed. Here, that small chimpanzee is also there, who was shot by a human in the forest, and now Koba gives him a weapon and says, "You have to kill humans," but he refuses because Caesar had taught him never to attack any human without reason, and when the child does not obey Koba's order, Koba kills him, and those chimpanzees who do not obey his orders, he imprisons them. Meanwhile, in the forest, Malcolm and his wife are coming toward the city. Then they see Caesar, who is very badly injured. They put Caesar in their car and take him to their home. They treat him and take good care of Caesar, due to which Caesar's life comes back. After Caesar regains consciousness, he tells them that the attack on me was done by my companion, whose name is Koba. Malcolm also now understands the whole thing here. Caesar is not completely cured. That is why, to fully recover him, Malcolm goes to the store to get medicine, and then Caesar's son appears in front of him with a gun in his hand. He is about to shoot Malcolm when Malcolm tells him, "Your father Caesar is still alive. He is with us, and no one else but Koba shot him." After this, Malcolm brings Caesar's son to his home. He becomes very happy seeing his father alive, where Caesar's son tells Caesar how Koba made himself the leader and he took the lives of innocent people in the outside world. Caesar's son also now knows that it was not someone else but Koba who shot his father Caesar. That is why now he goes back to the same place where Koba has imprisoned humans and many chimpanzees. Caesar's son frees everyone. Malcolm also helps him, and he brings them all inside the tower where he meets the same police officer. That officer tells Malcolm that after electricity came, I contacted the army through radio, and very soon, a very large army force is coming here that will wipe out all the chimpanzees. Along with this, he also tells that I have fitted many bombs on top of the tower, so that when the chimpanzees climb on top of the tower, I will blast the bomb and kill all those chimpanzees. Although in this, he himself will also lose his life. He has the remote control in his hand, and after seeing this, Malcolm and all the humans start running away from there. Meanwhile, Caesar is shown, who has now reached here. He confronts Koba, and the fight between Koba and him starts. Seeing Caesar alive, the rest of the chimpanzees also now know Koba's betrayal. Meanwhile, we are shown that police officer who blasts a part of the town with a bomb, in which many chimpanzees are killed. But Koba, Caesar, and many of his companions are still alive. When Koba sees that many chimpanzees have again started supporting Caesar, he starts shooting at all of them. Then Caesar attacks Koba from a great height and pushes him down from the building. Koba hangs from an iron rod. Now he tells Caesar, "Please save me," after which Caesar holds his hand. But what Koba has done cannot be forgiven. That is why Caesar leaves his hand and lets him fall down, due to which he dies. And now Malcolm and Caesar are in front of each other. Both of them shake hands with each other. That means both of them are now good friends, just like Caesar used to be with Will. Malcolm tells Caesar that very soon the army is coming here. All of you have to leave from here so that this war can be stopped. Caesar says that now the war between humans and chimpanzees can never be ended. With this, the story ends. That's it for today. Hope you enjoyed. Like the video, subscribe to Cinema Recap, hit the bell icon, and let me know your thoughts on the movie in the comments section.